This is the national Egyptian team that made it to the World Cup playoffs. I bought it after the United States was eliminated from the playoffs by Haiti in the last 5 minutes. And it was no-brainer when I wanted to root for a team. It was a no-brainer that I go to the second best, which my parents' native country, which is Egypt. Well, for me, I've grown up playing soccer, and I'm very competitive by nature, and it's an outlet for to let some steam off, and it's fun. But more importantly, I like to win, and soccer is one of those games that I'm able to play during the week that would help me let off some steam, and at the same time come out victorious after each game if we win. But the same skill set that I employ in soccer is the same skill set that I take with me to the courtroom, which is the ultimate goal is to win and not become a second or a third or a fourth space. I want to be number one all the time. So I take that same energy with me on the field, and I carry it on to the courtroom as well. So I like to play defense, aside from what my teammates always want me to play forward, but I like to play defense because it's a very important role in the game. Without defense, you have no team, and you're doomed, essentially. So it's a lot of people like the sexy position of being a forward or wingman or whatever it might be, but defense is a foundation. It's like building a house. If you don't have a foundation, you might have a sexy looking house, but with a little earthquake or a little hurricane, it might just collapse. And essentially it's the same thing in a game of soccer. Without having a solid defense, you don't have a team. And the defense requires strong aggression, love for tackling, and love for fighting. And you've got to carry on that enthusiasm throughout the game. That comes to me naturally, and I am able to carry that on to the courtroom, and it's like secondhand to me. It's something that just comes within. I don't have to learn it or practice it, and that's what makes me a good defense as well as a furious advocate for my clients. Well, it's the same thing if you think about it, right? You want to win in soccer, and you want to win in court. So the skill set requires somebody who is aggressive, someone who can tackle on big problems, someone that can act under distress, someone that can devise a plan under limited time or limited frame of time, like in a courtroom. So if you're able to carry that on in a soccer field and win games, you're able to take that same set of skills, apply it in the legal context against the district attorney, who is your opposition, against a judge that's almost always biased and sides with the DA, and you're able to tackle on those large, complicated tasks and fight with aggressiveness in order to obtain the ultimate results, which is either winning a case, dismissing a case, or mitigating the circumstances for your client so he or she is not in jail, or looking at a punitive outcome as a result of their underlying case. I am a warrior, absolutely, 100%. I'm a warrior by virtue of being in court every single day. I'm the only person in court that fights every single day for the accused, for my clients. No one else in this courtroom is fighting for them except me, with the exception of their family members that might be sitting in the audience that can't speak a word. I'm the only one who's out there with the voice that's able to verbalize my client's either defense or arguments, and is able to speak to the judge directly and to the district attorney and sometimes the jurors and I am the only one that's going to bat for my clients, no one else. So absolutely, I'm a warrior. For me, it's about protecting my clients' interests, because winning for me is different than winning for my clients. In a perfect world, I'd like to go to court, try a case, and win. However, there are always a small chance or a chance of losing. We've got to be realistic as well, right? I cannot run the risk of the joy for me to win at my client's expense if they're facing collateral consequences such as immigration or employment, etc. A win for my client who is looking at immigration consequences may not be a dismissal. It may be just a settlement or a mitigation of the charges so they're not removed from the United States. That might be a win for them. Whereas a win for me is going to trial and getting, kicking the district attorney's ass and getting the case thrown out or dismissed. So it varies, I guess, depending on the circumstances.